Okay, we're here with Esther Hunter as a representative of the neighborhood and the community that we're putting the market in. She grew up in the neighborhood. She's lived here and worked here. She has a great sense of kind of the feeling of the community. She's currently the chair of the East Central Community Council. She helped do a lot of great things, including develop the business district in the historic area on 13th East. And so we're going to chat with her about a little bit kind of about the history of the area, what type of, they used to have a market there, and then there was a period where they didn't have a market, and kind of what they're doing now. So way back in the day, let's start there. They had a place called the Crystal Market.
They did.
And tell us about it.
It was a great little store. In fact, the folks are still in the neighborhood that used to run this. There was a lot of fresh products that were there, plus in the very back they had a meat counter. And the best part about the entire market is that they delivered. So everybody could order, and then everything could be delivered to your house.
That's wonderful. What type of range did they work with? Because we've got the Avenues area, we've got the University area, we've got kind of the, we call the area right in the 13th East
University
area.
neighborhood, yeah.
Douglas. And so, what type of geographic area did the Crystal Market serve?
They really served anybody in the immediate Salt Lake area. So they went down to 5th East.
Okay.
Went up to the Avenues. They went over to Yellcrest. So
that'd be nice. A grocery delivery back in the neighborhood would be nice.
Yeah.
Especially.
There's the hill.
I was gonna say
nobody
for the people
wants.
that
It's okay to come down. It's
live
going
on
up
top of
that
the hill.
side. Yeah.
Especially when you're walking. If you're
Yeah.
not hopping in a car somewhere, you just want to walk and get some groceries. Go down that hill is
Well, some fresh things. You run out of something. Onions. You need some onions for your recipe. It's great to come to the market. So.
Yeah, you have to drive all the way down to Smiths or something.
So we've been trying for a neighborhood market for a long time. We have what you call a food desert. So we have no place that you can just go get something in walking distance. You do have tracks. You can hit tracks and go to a grocery store, but not really neighborhood.
Right.
So we as a neighborhood have been very anxious and very interested in getting a little market in our area for a long time.
I'm glad you mentioned food desert, because after the Crystal Market closed, we haven't had any type of local access to fresh produce and things like that. We have restaurants, we have some convenience stores, but we haven't had the place where you get some really good fresh groceries. And one of the things I wanted to ask you about was there've been some studies done. When you said food desert, I remember a picture of one of the studies where we've got Salt Lake mapped out with all the places you can get fresh groceries, and there's this big hole roughly from like below the hill on 6th East, kind of like up towards Foothill, where there isn't a lot of stuff.
Where there isn't anything. The university a while ago was going to develop a mall in the parking lot by the stadium. And so they had commissioned a study to see what would do really well in our area. And the grocery store and a little grocery market was the #1 request. And so they had thought about putting a little grocery store in, but that project did not come through, so we have been without since Crystal Market.
So we had a market, and we had a report saying a market would be a good idea for the area.
But no
we
market.
Just haven't
Till
had a market
you.
yet. So that's the idea. So the 13th Street Market would fill the need for a local market there where people could walk or get their groceries delivered that's close to the folks that live in this particular neighborhood. Now, as part of, you're a part of the community council, but you're also a member of the neighborhood. Are other people interested? What's kind of the feeling? I know you're excited. I'm excited. As far as a sense of the community from your perspective?
We did another little study. There's a graduate class at the university under Nan Ellen, who she is the chair of the planning department there. And she had one of her graduating classes do kind of a study of our area. And they did a lot of questions to the neighborhood.
Oh,
and
surveyed,
there was so much interest. So we're
That's
really
great.
excited.
Now, I'm excited as well. It'll be nice when we get the market up and running, which hopefully will be soon. And we could do a lot of good things with it. If you were the master of ceremonies or could snap your fingers and create the future of this market, what would you like to see happen with the little market there?
In what way? What do you mean?
I mean development. We've talked about putting a patio or a coffee shop.
Patio, coffee shop would be great. Wi-Fi kind of coffee shop would be great. When you think that, I think the university is the top employer of the state, and you think of the amount of people who live in our area, but more importantly drive by or walk by the area, the ability for them on their way home to just pick something up real fast without being stuck in traffic at Foothill or on the freeway already, it will really be great. So
yeah, I think you're right on. I think that's another point that the report mentioned, that there are so many people attending university or being employed by the university in the research park, and right now they all leave the business district or the economic zone to find what they need. If they had it here, you know what I mean, it would become its own kind of self-sustained or individual community.
we have really wanted to develop this business district into, I don't know, 9th and 9th is really the right model, more like 15th and 15th is more the model that we've been after, where the neighborhood, and you think about the amount of students and faculty that would be able to walk down during lunch or during the day to grab something, either to eat, to sit, to study, to work a little bit away from their office. It'd be great.
Yeah, I agree. I think that'd be a really fun project to build the market out, to include a little place of leisure, sit and ponder, study, patio, grab a snack, some fresh produce. So I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get there. Any other thoughts about the market?
No, we're just excited for it. I think this will be a real key component to our little business district. So
Agreed.
we're really excited about really taking that one to the next step.
We've got restaurants, we've got convenience stores, we've got some local specialty shops. We just don't have the
We
grocery.
have plenty of dry cleaners.
Yeah, we have a handful, don't we? Okay, so stay tuned. Market's coming. Okay, I think that was great.
What do you think?
I think it was
Okay.
wonderful. Great talking points.